Hey guys, I hope you're all safe and well. I hope you're looking after yourselves, looking out for each other. This is a poem that I wrote for my parents to help them to try and understand me, and this is called My Biggest Fear. I've never lied to you before, yet you still question, are you sure? When I tell you I'm okay, I've never lied to you before. Until now. I'm lost. I'm lost like our home movies on old VHS. I need to be converted to work in this modern world before you can gain access. I'm a closed book of poems you want to read. My brain goes as deep as a submarine. The deeper I go, the less light can penetrate the waters to reach me. I'm racing the go-kart you bought us as kids, head first into the wall I've built, cutting through the rope of the tyre swing you made with my razor-sharp tongue. I'm untying one end of the zip line to make it more difficult for us to reach the other side, hammering on the slats with my heavy heart of the treehouse you built when we were young. I'm making a molehill out of the mountain you once were. I got your eyes, but trying to see through them is one big blur. I maintain that what you don't know can't hurt you, but I know you create scenarios in your head and it's worse. I don't want to be interesting or funny because that warrants attention. Too close for comfort has never rang so true. I'm looking for a cure because I left it too late for prevention, and I'm sorry. I wiped away your touch. I know your intention, I misjudged, but I've spent a decade wiping away his and this reaction won't budge. Soft kisses sit on my skin like paper cuts. How can I feel like you're trying to reduce my rights when you're trying to reduce my pain? How can I feel like you're holding me back when you're holding back the knife from my vein? You're gathering me back together and I'm giving you one more wrinkle for every time my silence increases the strain, and I'm sorry that you didn't get to say goodbye to her. But she feels so much peace. She couldn't take on the world as it is now. She said it's a job for me, and I agree, but an initiation period is routine with any newly filled vacancy. If my job had been as unrewarding as yours has been recently, I'd have quit, but you work harder. Anytime I hoist up the anchor, you throw it back down with a reminder that it is safer in the harbour. Your love has been known to move monsters for me, and mine moves you to tears. On the outside, you're the sturdy frame around our family photos. Inside, on your knees, praying for my nightmares to disappear. And I'm sorry, I can't feel for you. But my frozen heart pumps cold blood around my body and it's making me numb. I should treat you better knowing you're the ones that never falter, knowing you're there at the end of any episode regardless of the outcome. But I am a constant contradiction of help me, no don't. I still hang on your every word, but sometimes I like to cut the rope. You're there every time at the bottom to catch me if I can't stop. Your love travels faster than my thoughts, and you anticipated this before I dropped. I don't like goodbyes since the thought became permanent, but you need one before I leave. I want to slow down and take in this moment, but my brain has the body of an athlete. You wind me up like a jack-in-the-box, but it's a toy you've never seen before. You aren't to know you're cranking up the tension or whether you'll be met with a children's party clown or that lunatic from Saw. The small things that make me scowl now will be the things I know I'd miss the most. The sounds that make me twitch will be the sounds I wish were still this close. I wish I could let you love me in the way you want to. I've never seen something so unconditional. You've changed your views on everything for me to be more modern and less traditional. Now, 1 hour at a time, you'll say, and I know you understand. You might die tomorrow, just go for it. I can take that kind of command. We've all felt the heat on this last trip around the sun. Something has to give to relieve some pressure on the next one. My biggest fear is that one day it will be too late and I won't have fixed it before you're done. But thank you for letting me learn to walk again before I learn to run. So this is me, opening up my closed book of poems for you to read, in the hope it goes some way to setting us free. To overcoming my biggest fear and not sitting on the stairs for conversation so that there's a barrier in between. Just wait. I will always come back to you. Just wait. If you have time. See, you wrote that poem, and I realised you're the reason that I write. You are the reason that I'm alive. Thank you. That closed book of poetry will be open for people to read we're thinking July time, but obviously with the way of the world at the moment, we're not sure, but hopefully towards the summertime this year. The book is on pre-orders at Waterstones, will soon be on pre-orders via Verve Poetry Press, who are publishing it, and the book is called Unorthodox. Cool, so this poem is a poem I wrote. It was a commission I did for an anthology of poems published by Verve Poetry Press that I just happened to have to hand, and goes with the colour scheme of my room for some reason. It's called We've Done Nothing Wrong, We've Nothing to Hide, and there's so many incredible poets in this. I think there's 24 poems altogether. I'm not checking. They're not numbered at all. But mine is also in there, but alongside so many other talented writers and poets. And yeah, you can get that now via vervepoetrypress.com. I'm going to do my poem out of there, and it is called Dust. You were created in this universe, and you want to fit in? Brewed in the heart of an explosion. Stardust. A potential 500 million planets capable of supporting life, and we can't all support each other on one. A single quality. And I do mean quality. Receives hate. When 99.9% of species are already gone. You are a black body. A star. Absorbing all radiant energy, emitting much more by far. They believe they are the sun, which is to say, you are bigger and brighter. The human eye factors in surrounding colours so the appearance is whiter, but the sun is a green star. A jealous ball of raging fire. Your light breaks through turbulent atmosphere, illuminating the way for others. The twinkle in your eye reveals every deflection, causing a change of intensity in your colours, whilst they move like the billions of life forms on their skin, feast on champagne and caviar. They'll swim in oceans accommodating 200,000 different viruses, but won't gaze upon the beauty that you are. They're scared. Scared they're going to catch on. Catch themselves viewing rainbows in black and white. Supernovas brought elements essential for survival, and you are essential for this world to get survival right. If someone looks at you like they want to fix you, they will fall through the cracks. Not all star systems are binary, and the cosmos exists naturally. It does not have to apologise for the way that it acts. Maybe you're a galaxy with a black hole at the centre of you. Black holes are very, very cold, but galaxies will not be consumed. Gravitational attraction pulls in matter. This force works to ground you. Try to keep a stable orbit until this force of nature is through. 140 billion or so galaxies, you're not alone in this gloom. And you're about to be on fire, because when a flame burns at its hottest, it appears blue. 13.8 billion years old, getting more interesting by the day. Your age adds to your wonder, it doesn't take your worth away. A teaspoon of neutron star weighs about 10 million tonnes, and your weight or size doesn't dictate your levels of attraction. 24 time zones means you and your anxiety made it on time. When you look into the starry sky, you're looking deep into the past, so your punctuality after sunset is sublime. Outer space is open to interpretation, and your silence is of tremendous value. Needing spectacles doesn't make you a spectacle when 95% of the universe is still out of view. I guess what I'm trying to say is survival on Earth is unnecessarily difficult. And lives are so good at ruining lives. But if we judge those who judge us, we resolve nothing. Accepting ourselves is how we survive. You see, you stand out against the backdrop of this universe. And almost all of ordinary matter is empty space. If you struck a match on the moon, astronomers could spot the flame, by which I mean the right people will see you, and your qualities will be embraced. Finding flaws in someone else doesn't make our own less visible. Throwing shade won't change the shade of someone's skin. If you touch two pieces of the same type of metal together in the vacuum of space, they will fuse. And rainbows have always created a happiness within. The static of a retro television displays the Big Bang afterglow. We won't always have the correct channel of thought, but the reason is bigger than we know. Yes, the sun rages, but it can still bring warmth and light. And space has enough space for us all to progress. At the bare bones of it, we are all the same. And if we are all simply dust, isn't it time we clean up our mess?